Good morning, trade world. Uh, it is 5 minutes before 7. Uh, Getting into today's outlook, what I am looking for. Um, we are directly on target for what I said in yesterday's video. Um, I expected a nice size rally, and I look for it to somewhat continue today, and we will probably start to lose steam at some point today. I will look today for certain levels um, for this rally to weaken, um, and ahead of tomorrow's FMOC meeting, FOMC meeting. That's going to be the excuse for us to turn around and sell off. Um, Two major events coming up this week. The first being the Fed meeting, which is 2 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm kind of careful about putting on a position ahead of that, because I realize we can rally all the way into that meeting. Um, and then the G20 summit, which happens this weekend. So I expect a lot of tweets from Trump going into the end of the week and probably Monday that could drive us in any direction. So the things that I am keeping my eye on right now, that'll let me know where and when I'm going to get into any type of position. The first thing is, as you can see, volatility, the VIX, is way down from what we have been. We have been over 20 for so long. So this right here is a flag to me. Coming down, we're now at 18. We've been below 18 and a half. With VIX down this low, gonna watch to see when or if it starts to pop up. Um, the next thing, the financials. The financials, they're right at support. This 2650 is very crucial to me. When we start to pop down below this 2650, this is one of the key things that could drag the market down. Um, because tech has already proven that it is damaged already. So, with tech being damaged, financials is one of the next biggest sectors that could basically drag the market down. Um, Everything is having this run right now or rally, but we have to be very careful. Like I said, financials is coming back down. If it doesn't hold this 2650, which is basically the open of yesterday, it could be bad news if it breaks through support. But bonds have started to tick down or have been ticking down over the course of yesterday. I'll keep my eye on the bonds and see if we start to tick up and if we can break out through this resistance and break above this 139 this 139.30 area and get back up to 140, that is definitely a key to let me know that this rally is over. Microsoft is at close to resistance at this 108.39. If Microsoft holds or actually breaks and starts to break low back below this 107 down to support to 105, or the open of yesterday, this 106, if we break below that, um, that's definitely a rally stopper. Um, Key things in the major markets. Let's see. All right, on the ES, we are not far away from the move, from the expected move of today, which is here at 2704. I view 2700 as resistance, but the key here, this is an open air pocket. So if we break this 2700, we could easily move all the way up to 2721 or 2723. We could easily be there if it breaks 2700. So I'll keep my eye on that, and that's definitely a resistance area that I'll be looking at when it comes to the S&P 500, which is basically the same on the SPY. If you notice, we have a very large open air pocket, which will make it very easy to move to this 270 area. We are at 269.53, and from yesterday's video, I told you this is the time that I would start looking, paying attention to see about where I would start to put a position on. So resistance here to me is basically this 270 area. So between this 270 to 272, I expect for certain things to happen that I'll be keeping an eye on. If we begin to fade and momentum fades, that's definitely a key area in here for me to go ahead and start to want to get short again ahead of this Fed meeting. But it's very possible that we chop around here, and then all the way up until the Fed meeting, we continue to rally up toward this 272. So what I'm looking at is, if we do bust through this 272, which may be one of the reasons why I will wait to put on this position until I see the downturn. I haven't made up my mind as of yet, but there's always three options. Either we can meet this resistance and bust through it. If we bust through it, we will continue to rally up all the way to this 277 area. Third thing, we can meander around this 272, and this becomes a range between this 272 and possibly 265, where we just basically chop and run between. And the third scenario, which I am favoring, is that we get here to resistance at this 272 and it weakens the market and we start another sell-off. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to be looking for key issues, uh, really paying attention to this advanced decline line. uh, once we get once we get to this area between this 270 and 272, um, paying attention to those factors. So again, very important time coming, especially with the Fed meeting. I think that's pretty much it as far as the levels and what I am looking for today. I will add one item today. We'll talk about Bitcoin. Haven't done this in a while, but saw some interesting stuff this morning looking at Bitcoin. Um, let's see here. All right. Bitcoin is interesting. I don't really have a lot of faith in Bitcoin. Where we are now, we're in in resistance, and what I was looking at, we actually held this 3,500 area, and because we held this 3,500 area, I kind of see that Bitcoin may be in a range for a while. It will trade between this 3,500 area and possibly 4,500 area. So what I would be looking for in Bitcoin is this key level right here. If we can break through this level, this basically 4,100 or 4,042, if we can break through that level, we will be headed to the 4,700 area. But past that, I don't really see much. So if you're in Bitcoin now, I would be looking to start taking parts of your position out. Um, you're definitely waiting to see how it keeps bouncing up against this 4,000 area, if it can break through. If it breaks through, when we get to 4,500, I would definitely keep an eye on it. And the minute it starts to come back down to the 4,500 area, I would start taking parts of your position off. But it seems like the momentum for Bitcoin at the moment is stale. It doesn't seem to have any energy to go much further. Um, but we'll see how it chops through the next couple days. But I would definitely be on alert, because it's going to give you an opportunity to try to get back above maybe 4,500, and that may be a place to kind of take some money out. So that's about it as far as what I see for Bitcoin. Um, just keep an eye on these two levels, this 4,042 and 4,752. Definitely keep an eye on those two levels. And that's it as far as Bitcoin. Because right now, Bitcoin itself and all the engineers and big people involved, they are too confused. Again, Bitcoin is not to store value. And that is the whole problem. Is um, half of the tech people see it one way about storing value, and the other half people see it another way, as a way to just move money. And no one is trying to meet in the middle, and it's holding up the development of the actual blockchain. So Bitcoin may be in this little circle for quite some time until they can figure that out. I think that is it for this morning's outlook. Good luck to all my traders, so we can have some positive trades over the next couple days.